Well, guys, today with the new update came a lot of fixes and changes and other things. If you can see, we're in a very spooky environment right now. But besides that, the event is still the same, Rich Flex and 26,000 points. But new update. Obviously the main intention of the update was to update the new yokai peak spells because they're getting trashed on by the community, and for good reason, because they are trash spells. Right? So those got changed a bit. A lot of criticism, but I'll go over it. And new bugs got fixed. Just right now, the only one I've seen a couple, the bosses. You can't cheese the first boss anymore, or Sarugami you can't cheese. The first boss does his little hurricane attack faster. And whenever the second boss, Sangor, jumps on you, you can't just ignore the damage by standing still. But besides that, I'm going to go through all the new spell changes for the most part. Not all of them, mainly the mage ones, because obviously I'm not warrior, but I'm going to show off the warrior ones. So, the yokai transformation, they kind of just gave it a shield. Made this thing a little cooler. They gave it a shield. I don't know if the attack's faster. This is a warrior thing. Probably does more damage, I'd imagine. And that's that. Pretty cool spell. However, no one's going to use it because it's still trash. Like, if you're in a hardcore run, who wants to risk dying by being up on their face, right? You got Triple Quake, which is this. And there is a kunai throw, but I heard they nerfed it and made it pretty bad. So I heard that people are just using Blade Barrage. I don't have one, but it's from the last dungeon. So the new meta now is either Blade Barrage or the Triple Quake. So take that as you will for warriors. But however, for mages, I have a video of me going through the dungeon showcasing the new spells. And we're going to go through that and talk about it, which is the new meta, what is not, how things are going to change, so and so. So let's go over there. So we're going to start off with the Hands of Death spell. Before it was trash, had a little small area, didn't do much damage. Now, as you can see, its damage is pretty good. However, it's a little weird because it spawns like on top of you. And obviously they increase the range. However, no one's using this spell because it just doesn't do damage half the time. Look, they're not even taking damage. Yes, one of the features, it does freeze the enemies in place. However, the enemies are already super easy to kill and dodge around. All you have to do is just go in a circle around them. And half the time the spell doesn't even do damage. So even though when it does its full course of damage, it's good. Like, what's the point if you're just not going to be able to, like, kill anything half the time? Next, I'm doing the Rift Beam, I believe. And, yeah, it obviously is nerfed. It does about the same damage as any other spell in this dungeon. More comparatively, the, what is it called? The Void Dragon, I believe? But yeah, pretty much this spell's only used for bosses now. Mainly because its range is pretty good, so it makes it viable. We're going to go into Jade Rain. I know it's not a new spell, however, it's what we've been using. It does reduce damage, because obviously it's a Gilded Sky spell. So it's not going to do the same damage as a Yokai Peak spell, however, if you don't like the new spells, it's a solid option. I'm going to show you a spell later that I think is going to be the new meta. So here's the Void Dragon. It's actually pretty good, my second favorite one. It hits enemies, has a way bigger hitbox now. It does pretty good damage, and it's a very long range spell. However, the only thing I dislike about it is that if the enemies are too close, you don't hit them at all. So here I'm just quickly showcasing the boss fight of using the Rift Beam and Tatsu. Because now, I didn't know it when I tried it, but they fixed the jump. So you can't jump up there anymore. This fight is still not too difficult. As long as you don't get trapped. And I'm just showcasing the spell off. Yeah. So obviously, if you see there, if you ever fought this boss, the Hurricane, I'm going to call it the Hurricane spell. It might be a Tornado spell. The thing that Tatsu does, it sucks you in. It makes it happen like a lot earlier in the fight now. So that's something I noticed. But yeah, he's dead. And here's probably the best spell right now. It's an insane one. However, it's what most people are going to use probably. The Chain Storm spell. Oh my god. Guys, look at this thing. It does really good damage. And unlike the other spells, it is just... It's consistent, which is the most important thing. It has a decent range. Like if you look here, all these enemies get hit and they chain from one another. It does damn good damage. Better than Jade Rain because it is a Yokai Peak spell. Even though it's from Insane, it's still pretty good. So you can see here that, yeah, it changed, it does good damage, it's a viable spell. And so the new meta is what people are talking about is Chain Storm for the mobs and Rift Beam for the bosses, which I completely agree with, because I'm kind of tired of using the Jade Rain spell. For Warrior, obviously I'm not a Warrior, however, the talk is you either use Triple Quake, which is not too good, or you use Blade Barrage at reduced damage. So for your Warrior, take that as you will, because they're considering the Yokai transformation is not even a real spell now, because it's just so bad. And I heard they made Kunai worse. So with that being said, but leave it there. Alright guys, thanks for watching my video. I hope you maybe are happy with these new changes. Only really applies to the really high level players, fortunately. But if you like my content and if you want to consider supporting by subscribing, liking, commenting, I'd be very happy, because we're almost at 1,000 subscribers, and I've told you previously, it means a lot to me, guys. So thank you for all the support. If you like my content, there'll be more. And stay nice out there, stay respectful, compliment your mother tomorrow, and see you guys.